Welcome to another month of romance video. I've talked about some historical romance authors I love, some contemporary romance authors that I love. So today, let's talk some other romance authors that I love. So this is going to be kind of the ones that didn't fit into those other two big categories. So whether they write a lot of new adult, they write paranormal, or just something else that I feel like isn't just traditionally contemporary or historical. So first is Elle Kennedy. I read mostly her new adult books, which is why I didn't necessarily put her in contemporary, although I'm currently analyzing my use of the term new adult, but I still like it as a term, so whatever. She writes a ton of sports and hockey books, which I really like. Like, I love her off-campus series. She also tends to have really good friend groups, and she writes some really good books with one of my other favorite authors, Serena Bowen, like Him and Us. That's an awesome hockey, like, male-male duology. Top Secret was really good, and I loved Good Boy, especially upon a second read. Next is Jeanine Frost. So she writes paranormal, and honestly, I don't know why I like her. I just do. Like, a lot of her stuff is kind of ridiculous and over the top, but I'm here for it. I don't read a ton of paranormal, but I read like a few select paranormal authors, and she is one of them. Next is another paranormal author that I read, and that is Gina Showalter. I've especially read her Lords of the Underworld series. I reread it in like the last couple of years, and I believe I did a series review on them, if you want to check that out. She has super alpha male heroes, and that's not typically my type, but in these stories I really like it. And like Lords of the Underworld, oh, they're like hidden behind books because I'm rearranging my bookshelves, but in that series, these characters release like Pandora's box, and all of the like demons in the box in this world, like, instead of them just being free and loose in the world, they end up having to contain one in themselves. And so every book like explores those things and how those demons have like kind of impacted them and like causes them to do certain things. So like one is very like, he's wrath, so he's like, he gets very violent and angry. One is lies. That's like one of my favorites because, oh my gosh, this sounds so stupid, but I love it. In the story, he has to lie. Like, he cannot tell the truth because of like his demon. And so when he falls in love, what he always says to her is, "I hate you." And it is just like, it's so weird to say that you love hearing somebody say "I hate you," but like, it's so adorable. It's so adorable. Honorable mention to Kresley Cole. She's not on this list, but I have enjoyed most of the books I've read by her. I just like have kind of fallen off with her Immortals After Dark series. It just started lacking some sort of magic to me, so I couldn't quite put her on here, but I do really like her. Next is Colleen Hoover. Her books have a ton of shock value. I am a little behind on her books just because I have to be in like the right frame of mind to read her books. And I understand why people say they're problematic, and I can see that objectively, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of merit in a lot of them, and she's made me like books. She's made me like books and stories that I wouldn't traditionally like, and so I can respect that. And like with her, I just don't know how often I could reread her books, but I've at least enjoyed the experience of reading all of them and gotten something out of it. And last, of course, I have to mention Krista and Becca Ritchie. They write a lot of new adult / contemporary romance, although they do have like a upper YA sci-fi duology that I highly recommend called The Raging Ones. It has a great romance, great friendships, great world building. It's spectacular. But they are really good at writing really good like family and found family and relationships. Their world is like very big, and sometimes their reading order can be a little complicated, but if you love their reading, I think you love that. Like, you love how much time you get to spend with these characters and in this world. And yes, they are like the queens of relationship building, both romantic and friend relationships. I think they're just so good at that. So of course I had to talk about them. But those are just some of my favorite other authors. What are some of your favorites? And I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye.